Okay, hi everyone, welcome to term 2 of biology. Our topic for this term is coordination and control. So we're going to have our first video and first introduction back to flipped learning. We do have a little visitor with us. Hope you can see her. Okay, so moving on. As we are looking at coordination and control, the very first system we're looking at is, of course, the nervous system. Now we're going to, in this video, go through a basic overview of the nervous system, just some basics to introduce you before we do some more detailed stuff in class. Now I will tell you really important things to take note, but most of this is just background information to help you understand what we're learning in class. The nervous system is made up of the brain, the spinal cord, the nerves, obviously, which you can see in this picture here. Sorry for that very messy drawing. What does it do? It enables you to control your body, so it gives you, takes in feedback from the world and then uses this to control your body through your muscles. Now, this picture over on the left is actually the nervous system of a zebrafish. And this little red bit here is the brain, and you can see the spinal cord and nerves going all through the body. Okay, so here, this is just a picture. I'm going to have a few pictures just to complement what I'm saying. We have a brain, the spinal cord, and the major nerves coming off the spinal cord. So this is essentially the nervous system, or most of it, of a human, okay? All right. Now, the cells of the nervous system, you do need to know that the cells of the nervous system are called neurons. You might have an understanding of this already. They are very specialized cells in the body, and you can see up the top here we have the cell body, and this is where most of the cell parts are, including the nucleus and other organelles that you know we find within cells. It has these little tentacle things coming off the outside of it, which is dendrites, and that's what receives signals. Okay, you can also see a long tail coming down, and this long tail again helps with nerve transmission. Okay, so the function of the neuron is to transmit nerve signals, and so it needs this long tail to quickly transmit the signals. You can see that it has the axon terminals at the end, which is sends the signal off to the next neuron, and it also has this yellowy sheath, which is a myelin sheath. It's actually just an insulating layer which speeds up transmission of nerves impulses. Okay, now we have 86 billion neurons in the human brain, so we're not short of neurons, I can tell you that much. All right. Now this is just for you to understand, quick picture showing that nerves, so this entire yellow thing is a nerve, and a nerve is actually made up of bundles up of neurons, okay? There's different types of neurons as you can see, but as a nerve impulse goes through a nerve, lots and lots of neurons will be transporting that nerve impulse, okay? So not just one neuron fires at a time. This is an actual anatomical picture of a nerve. You can see the bundles of neurons in there. Okay, transmission of nerve impulses. Now, don't worry too much about this diagram here for the moment. It looks a bit confusing. What I want you to understand is that the nerve impulse is an electrical signal. It goes up the axon of the neuron and then goes to something called a synapse. Now the synapse, as you can see there, is actually the space between the two axons, and the nerve impulse, they don't touch, the two neurons don't touch at all, there's a space there, and the nerve impulse actually transports across the synapse to the other, the top of the other neuron, okay? So we will learn why this is, but for the minute, just understand that the nerve impulse is an electrical signal that goes down the axon. All right, this is just a picture for you to have a look at one neuron and its axon coming down, and then the nerve impulse going on to the other neuron, okay? Now, you don't need to understand this in depth. You just need to have a basic understanding that myelin is the sheath that surrounds the neuron, and it acts as an insulating layer. So it allows the electrical impulse to be insulated in the nerve and therefore go a lot faster, so it doesn't, I guess, leak out. And you can see this picture down here that, interestingly enough, you can see that this top one, so it goes from top unmyelinated fiber, a thin myelinated fiber, and then a thick myelinated fiber is this one here, okay? So this is what most nerves are. They're thickly myelinated, and a thickly myelinated nerve will transport a signal at 80 to 120 meters per second, whereas a plane actually goes at 223 meters per second. So it goes half as fast as a plane travels when it's up in the air cruising along. So it does travel very quickly. Okay, you can see this is just a picture, another anatomical image of a neuron cut. So it's a cross section, and you can see the neurons in the middle, this yellow bit in here, and then the green outside bit around the outside is actually the sheath, so the myelin sheath. It's the insulating. All you need to know, you may come across this in your studies, is the sheath, the myelinating sheath is just called a glial cell. Okay, you don't need to know all the different types of glial cells, you just need to know that that's what they're called if you come across that word. Alright, and done for today.